Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day 59 of this 3-month data analytics bootcamp. Like I said, this bootcamp will last for about 3 months, and today is our day 59. And like always, we start by showing our outline. That is what we are to cover for the day. So we'll have a recap on what we did yesterday, and we'll also choose today. What we did yesterday, if you can recall, we treated the rest of pivot table where I showed you how to, format the fields, how to create a lot of, insights about the fields, and how to, do some settings to format the, all the fields inside the, using pivot table. And I also show you how to use slicer to, create a dynamic table using a pivot table if you want. So today, I'm sorry, let me just take this call, it's urgent. Okay, I'm very sorry. So now, like I said, we treated slicer. You see how you can use slicer and do a lot of things using it. So today, we're going to talk about choose. This is a function in Excel. We didn't treat this function, but I said, since we are not having any class today, like we are not solving the weekend assignment, let's have this choose. And the most kind of awesome thing about this choose is that by me looking at the function, I will treat the function. By me looking at the function, you will just find the function to be kind of, it's not even of any use or something like that. But if you kind of concat the function with rand between, if you can recall when we did rand between, I told you that we are going to have another formula where you will see how rand between will work, kind of more efficiently than how it just worked for you there. So we are going to use this choose with rand between to create that. But now let's just see what this choose function is all about. First, if you understand it, then we can use the choose function with rand between and do something with it. So let's see what this choose is all about. Oh, let me just explain what this choose is all about. This choose that you are seeing is just a function that we use it to select a particular something. We use it to select a particular something out of the range of data, or maybe to select a particular data out of the range of a data. So when, for example, you use this choose, you have, for example, data of, let's say 100 people, for example, and you want to choose out of the 100 people, you want to choose a particular index out of them. So it will choose that particular data for you based on the index that you put for the formula. I'll show you how the formula works. It's just kind of, you will not even understand what I said this, because it's something that you say, so you just know what will happen, so you don't need to suffer yourself or something like that. But let me show you how it works so that I will just go ahead and show you how to use it using this. So let's say we have this particular data. Let's say we have this 1 to 44. Let's say I'm going to use this 1 to 10. Let me just say I'm going to use this 1 to 10. So let's say the first thing you are going to do, you are going to say equals to choose. That it will ask you for the index number. So this index number is something that, you know what index number is. It's like the row number. We treated index number, if you can recall. So now, if, for example, I select the index number to be, let's say, for example, I just want to have the index number of 2. Sorry. let's say I say choose index number. For example, I just want to have an index number of, let's say, 203. So now if I put this 3, then I'm going to choose the values of the data. So out of the values of the data that I'm going to give it, it's going to select the number 3 for me. That is the one that falls with the index number 3 out of the range of the data that I'm going to give it. So that's what exactly is going to do for us. So now, if I just want to select the data, I'm going to hold my control, click this one, hold control, click another one, hold control. You hold your control key. Just click all the 10. You see, it will be comma, comma, comma after them. Click it, click it, click it. I will stop up till 10. That is product number 10. Then I will close bracket. Now, if I press enter, it will return the value of the index number 3 out of this particular range of data that I selected. If I press enter, it gives us product number what? 3, because it's index number 3 out of, we have A2, A3, A4. If you check A4, A4 falls under product number 3. That way it gives us product number 3. If I change it to 4 or 6, it will give us product 6. That is, if you check it, which one is 6? A2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A7 is 6. So you see this is A7 and it will return P6 for us. So this is what these choose do for you. But what is awesome about it is that you want to choose randomly out of this particular data, but you want to use rand between to choose randomly. You don't want to select the index by yourself. For example, now we put 6 by ourselves. No, we want to use rand between to choose it randomly for us. That's where rand between comes in this choose. So I'm going to delete this 6. What we are going to do, we are going to use rand between now. So I'm going to write rand between. So after rand between, it will ask you for the bottom and top. So the bottom is 1. The top is what? How many products do we have? We have 10. So we are going to write 10. So we have comma, then we write 10. Then we are done with this rand between. So we close bracket and we put comma again. So now if you look at it now, we create rand between and we say we need bottom of 1, top of 10. And we have the index values. Since we already select the 10, we have them 10 like this. So now if I press enter, it will randomly choose the name of the product for us. That's what is going to happen for us. So let me press enter. Automatically it choose number 8 for us. That's what it did for us. It choose number 8 for us. That's what it did. So now if I press F9, that is to refresh. F9 is used to refresh the Excel file. If I press F9, it will automatically choose another person for us randomly. If I press F9 again, it will choose another person. You see, as I'm pressing it, it's changing and it's choosing the number for us randomly. We are not the one that select the person or that select the product by ourselves. It's rand between that do the magic for us. So take note, you can drag it down. Maybe we need 2 products. I can just drag it. You see, the product will be changing. Randomly, it will be selecting 2 names for us. If we need even 5 of them, we can highlight them and choose 5. You see, I said, okay, it's 6, so I will delete it. So maybe we need 5 random names. So if I press F9, it will just keep giving us 5 random names out of the 10 values that we selected. So the only difficult thing about this formula is this holding of control. So if you have too many data, you need to hold your control and keep clicking it. You are not dragging. That's the one thing about this formula. You are not dragging. So you need to write it by yourself. So that's what this choose and rand between is all about. Let me just show you something again so that we can use the names of people and show you something. Okay, let's just use the names of people, or let's just use from January to August. Let's say we want to select from January to August. We want to select 2 months from January to August. Okay, wait. Wait. Okay, so now We need to select 2 months out of January to August, but we need to select them randomly. How are we going to do it? We are just going to say choose open bracket, then we say rand between 1 comma, how many months is 8? Then we say 1 and 8. Just count the values. 1, 2, 3, January to August is 8. Then I will close it, I will put comma, then I will hold control. Click January, click February, March, April, May, June, July, August, close bracket, press enter, it select February for us. Maybe I need 2 of them, I'll just drag it. You see, it select January and April. If I refresh, it select March and February. If I refresh, it select August and April. If I refresh, it select January and July. You see, this is what it will just keep selecting for us so that we will not have any bias in selecting the data. So this is what this choose did and choose and run between that what it did in Excel. The last thing I'm going to show you today also, it has to do with the slicer that we did yesterday. Remember, I didn't forget. So definitely we are going to treat that. I'm just coming. Please give me 1 minute. I'm coming. Okay, so now that slicer that we did yesterday, I show you how to use slicer in pivot table. So I will just tell you one thing about slicer. You can use slicer anywhere. Doesn't need to be in pivot table. Even in this data, let me just delete all this. I can use this data and create slicer for this particular data. So in order for you to do that, all you need to is just click in the data, just click inside the data and make sure you turn the data into table. Please don't forget about that. Just make sure it turn into this. Go to data, just click on data. Just to click on data. No, click on insert. Go to insert, just click on insert. When you click on insert, not data, click on insert. When you click on insert, you will see a slicer here. You see it here, just click on slicer. By default, it will create this for you. It will ask you what are the slicer that you want to create. Maybe I just want to create slicer for the product 2021 and 2022, for example. Just select the type of slicer that you need. So if I click OK, it will create 3 slicers for me, 1 for the product, 1 for the revenue of 2020, and 1 for what? 1 for the revenue of 2022. So you see, if I just click on product 1, everything will disappear. Only product 1 will left for me. If I click product 2, 3, 4, 5, you see, this is how it's going to be. I just create my own slicer and I can drag it down. I just create the slicer to have an insight about this particular data. So I think let me use that data that we used to. Okay, let's just use this one also. I'll just make a table. My table has data. Let me just do it like that. So just click on it. Go to insert. Just go to insert. Click on slicer. So I'm going to create slicer for the sell mode, payment mode, category. Yeah, and that's all. So I'll just create the slicer for that. You see, I create 3 of them. So I will just, anyone I click, it will just create something. So maybe I need port category 1. You see, it just only category 1 I'm seeing now. If I click for category 2, only category 2 are in the table. That's how it is. Okay, so now anyone you click, you see, I click category 3, only data related to category 3 that is here. You see it here. I just filter category 3 and I can just filter cash. You see, only data in category 3 that is under cash and it's cash, payment is cash. That's what we are seeing. Maybe I only need the direct sale. So direct sale that is cash and is under category 3, that's what we are seeing. This is what you can use to just filter your data using the slicer. So this is what I say. I just want to show you so that you will just have, more insight about this slicer, and it will help you a lot. And this is exactly where we are going to stop. In just 22 minutes. We finish all this. So if you have a question, you have free time to ask. I can unmute you. You can talk. If you want to chat it, send it in the chats. I can respond to you. If you want to talk, raise your hand. I can give you the mic. Then we can call it a day. This is what we are going to discuss today. And it's something very useful, and it will help you a lot in doing a lot of things. Yeah. Unmute yourself and talk. I just ask you to unmute yourself. You raise your hand, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, unmute yourself and talk.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
And what's the difference between slicer and filtering?
Slicer and filtering. They are kind
Yeah.
of, they are doing the same thing, but they are not the same. Because the way you are using slicer, that's not how you use filtering. But they are all filtering data for you. They're all filtering data for you. So if you use filter, there is no need for you to use that. But there is in a more advanced way. I can say slicer is advanced way of filtering. That's the only, because slicer is just, you give someone a way of just doing it, even without knowing what filtering is all about. If you have a slicer, you can just go ahead and do it without knowing what filtering is all about. So it's more advanced way of doing it. It's kind of more user friendly than filtering. So slicer is more user friendly. So filtering, you need to have more advanced knowledge to do that. While slicer, even if you don't know anything about Excel, when you click on it, you will see what is changing. You don't even know what you are doing, but you know it's showing something else for you. So that's what this filtering and slicer. So if you have a question, you can write it in the chat, or you can just raise your hand. You can talk. Please. If you have a question, you can ask in the chat. You can ask in the chat, or you can raise your hand. I will give you the mic to talk. We have some time. We have time. Let's go. When are we having makeup assignment? Makeup assignment of what? Which week? Comfort. I didn't get to which week. Makeup assignment of which week? Week 6 and 7. Week 6 and 7. Have we solved the week 6 and 7, right? We solved the assignment of week 6 and week 7, right? Have we solved the assignment of week 6 and 7? Yeah, so I'll give you. I'll give you the makeup of week 6 and 7. Maybe it will come this week or before ending of this week. Yeah, I will give the makeup so that I don't want after week 8 we have to have any backlog. I want everyone to clear everything that he has, so that next week will be our final week. So when you start your makeup, your final project, I don't want anybody to ask me. I don't want anybody to kind of uh tell me you didn't do any assignments. So I'll give you all the makeups. Yeah, yes, Imran, we can say that. When you are dealing with very big data, it's okay, it's better you can use pivot table to just have some highlight and whatever you want to do. Yeah, it will help a lot so that the Excel will be kind of so fast and everything will not be crashing for you. And I highly advise you, don't, like I said, don't start pivot table without cleaning your data. If you do that, you are going to have inaccurate analysis. Whatever you are going to do is going to be inaccurate. Make sure you clean the data and make sure the data is cleaned. So then you can do the pivot table, and after the pivot table, do the analysis. Don't just do it in pivot table and think you are done with the analysis or something like that. Sometimes some things required you to do a lot. So not only doing that. So of course you can use it when you have very big data, like maybe with many rules, you can use that. Yeah, you raise your hand. You want to talk, you raise your hand. I can't scroll to find you. Just raise your hand, I'll give you the mic. Don't worry, you will get the results and you say, what are you kind of eager for? You will get the result. You will get the result. Imran, you raise your hand. I can't see you. Just raise your hand. You will come up so that I will just unmute you. Okay, I can hear you.
Hello?
Continue.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir, you can hear me?
We can only hear you.
Okay. Sir, if you remember when we were on data cleaning,
Yeah,
I could remember I asked a question that by then we were dealing with a tiny number of columns.
yeah.
And then I asked you, what if we are having a large number of columns? Can we be moving from one column to column? And you say later you will tell us how you can clean your data when you are dealing with large number of columns. So, sir, up to now, I don't think, or I don't know whether uh,
Or maybe we
you
deleted
tweeted
it. You are not
that.
allowed. No,
Yes,
I, I,
yes, sir.
I think, I think, yeah. I think to do that, when you are dealing with large number of columns, you want to clean a data. Okay, okay, I recall that. Okay, so that you can have a view of it, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I
So
mean.
that you can have a view of it, so that you cannot go there and go there, scrolling up and down. Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I mean.
Yeah, we'll talk about that freezing of panels and others. We'll talk about that. It will be next week during sharing of data. Don't worry. We'll talk about that. And if I forgot, please, if I forget, just let me know. Draw my attention so that we'll talk about it.
So, sir, let's say energy tech.
You say,
I say let's say energy also
Energy, where
have
are you?
energy should also remind you.
Energy, where are you? You are the class rep, so you need to talk. And I will
Okay,
give you
maybe
some
please.
extra marks, maybe 5 marks for doing what you are doing. Where is Energy? Are you with us or against us?
Good evening, sir. I'm
You
there,
are
sir.
against us today.
I can't be against you.
Okay, do
Uh,
you hear what I said?
You-
Idil Mubarak to everybody.
Okay, thank you. Energy, I say, have you heard what I have just said?
Yes, I heard you. I heard you very well.
Yeah, so please
Okay,
take
so
it down.
I say
Remind me.
should in case if I forget, you should help me to remind
So
to
you should
remind me.
remind
By
me
by
because
by next week, eh?
even my wife knows your name. Yeah, by next week, let me know. Everybody knows
Okay,
your name.
sir.
Everybody is asking, where are you?
It's okay, sir. No problem. Next week I'll give you a reminder.
Don't worry about the macro or something like that. We are not yet with the class. I know what I said I will teach you. Don't worry. I know what I said I will teach you. Whatever I said, I know it. I don't want you to be
Sir,
rushing. If you said I should take
sir,
me as bad as concerned, I do justice for all this course for you. So even if I didn't teach you what, if you post me, I can say, okay, we are all tired. Let's stop where we stop and have revision and call it AD. Don't worry yourself. I know whatever I said, I will teach you. I will not forget. I will not
Okay,
forget.
sir.
I will do it.
So some people
Yeah.
are running faster than their leg.
You say?
I said some people
Yeah, they
are
are
willing to
running.
run
Yeah, they are
faster
running
than their leg.
faster. You see, there is one Musa Muhammad from this country. Is it
Addis
Tanzania or
Ababa.
Addis Ababa? Which country is Addis Ababa?
That's Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. He's from Ethiopia. He's the one that kind of he disturbed me about pivot table. To him, he thought pivot table is like end of the world. I don't even know where people think pivot table is taking him. He even didn't concentrate. Right from week one, he's talking about pivot table. Right from week one of this boot camp, he's talking about pivot table.
Maybe that is his focus, sir. Maybe that's what he's focusing on.
That is focus, and pivot table is only 2 days. So what do you think you are going to get out of pivot table? So we are done with pivot table.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Yusuf, continue. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So my question is that whenever I try to highlight, like, let me just say different data in 2 columns, two different data. I want to let me just say compare them. Whenever I highlight them and I went to insert, maybe to pick a recommended chart, it will be showing me only one data, one column. It will be showing me one column. I try to rectify the issue. I couldn't. That's my question.
Please repeat your question, please. My
question is that I have a data. Maybe after I've done analysis, I want to compare 2 data.
Yeah.
The data are in maybe column A and column B.
Yeah.
Therefore, after I have highlighted the two columns, and yes, I went to insert, it will show me only one of the data, not the 2 columns I highlight.
What? Okay, how do you want to compare them? I didn't get you.
Okay. Please, like now.
Yeah.
Okay, like now I have a data. So
someone say use control function. Yeah.
Control function? Yes, I hold control function to highlight all of them.
Okay, how do you want? Just explain it. Okay, you are seeing my screen now. Explain what you mean in my screen. Just explain it. Let's see. Okay. Ask me to do it now. Like what?
Okay, like now, sir, if I want to pick this, your payment mode.
Where it is? This one. And what? And which one?
And we have product. No, let's not pick product ID because product ID is.
Let me just tell me. Just say anything. Just say it less.
Buying price and selling price.
Okay, it's just hold control, like just what Compost said. When you click on this column first, you see, I just click on it. Then I click on them. You see, I click on them, 2 of them. I copied them now. Now, if I come to any sheet, let me just create it. Just paste spatial, or you just paste them. It will paste them for you like this. You see it here. It's just hold control.
Yes,
just hold control. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
After
that, I mean if I want to like create a visualization for such data.
Okay, like this, and this. You want to create visualization of them.
Yes, of course.
So just hold control, for example. Let's see if we can do it. If you cannot do it, then you cannot do it. You see, we create visualization of them like this. Here it is.
But sir, I was trying like that because under this our assignment, I was trying to compare
now we
one
did
of
it.
our data.
Now we did it. So what are you telling me? Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing with you. Now we did it. Please try it and do it. It will work. If it didn't work, that left for you. It's not my own cup of tea. It's your own cup of tea. Yeah. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask me. I'm not going to do your assignment for you. If you have any question, please, you can ask.
I'm not talking about the assignment. I was thinking maybe that is
someone asking me how can she get her assignment? How can she get her assignment? Please, anybody in our state, Which state, Comfort? Yeah, which state? Someone is even laughing at you. Which state are you? Ibadan. Oh boy. Me, I'm in
Oh
Gusau.
boy.
I'm in Gusau.
So maybe,
The
so
means
maybe
I'm
you send
sending
it
to you is better for me to
electronically.
send with the money to go to any Suya outlet there and buy it. So it's better.
Hello,
From my
hello,
state
sir.
to
So you
your
send
state.
it electronically.
Yeah, that's I'll send you an email. Then I'll forward the meat to you. I already have an email, so I'll send it to you an email. Even any day
So
I know
so
you will ask for satellite meat, I know. But he can't because I will say I will transfer it electronically. Yeah, it's going to be
since
e-meat.
we are in the era of AI.
So we only have 2 minutes to go. If you have anything to say, you can say. And if you want to talk, you can talk. If you want to ask for the meat, you can ask. Yeah, then I will give you the answer that we are sending the meat through, your electronic means of communication. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for today's class. And you did great. You just kind of sacrificed some. I know some of you have a lot, but you just managed to be here, and that's okay. And this is okay. This is how the normal people that maybe even used to come like this, not even any different, and that's great. So I hope you are going to use what we did today. I will just upload the video. You can watch it again. The choose, the rand between to help you a lot, especially when you are selecting random out of the names of the people. So you are not just going to be biased and select any name. Just use the rand between, choose and rand between, and select any name that you want. So the name will just pop on and you just do whatever you want to do with the name. And I've just shown you how you can also use advanced way of using Slicer, and it will help you a lot to, filter the data and do a lot of things in a very expert way and manner. So this is where we are going to stop for today. And please, I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful dream. Good night to you all. Thank you so much.